Hey guys, and welcome back for another Kevin Samuels reaction. You can follow me on my Instagram, Asia_Marie 0088. See you there.
Okay, so first you said you're in a relationship,
hmm
and how long you been in a relationship?
We've been in a relationship for a little over a year.
And he did something,
hmm
and what? And he apologized.
He did apologize after the fact, but during the conversation, during the argument,
Okay.
it got a bit heated. I said a few things. I got a little bit out of character.
Who? Okay.
Um,
Okay. But bottom line, there was a disagreement.
yes,
He apologized,
he
and
apologized.
you're having a hard time getting past it.
Yes.
Well, I gotta ask, man. A little background. Have you ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Any children?
I do. I do have a 2-year-old. I started late.
How old are you again?
I'm 42. I got pregnant when I was 39.
42. Dang, I thought she was older than that. A 2 year old? Jeez. Man, my daughter's almost 2. I know that must be a lot. She's almost 10 years older than me.
Hold on.
First
Where's my
baby,
slap
first
thing?
pregnancy.
And are you in is this the child's father you with?
No, it's not. Mm-mm.
Does he want the same relationship outcomes that you want?
The man I'm with now?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Well, ma'am,
She is.
I just think you need to understand how fortunate you even are that at 40, in your mid 40s, you got a man who's even willing to deal with you and a 2 year old. I'm gonna just come straight down the pipe. You 42, 44, 42, 44,
I'm 42.
42 with a 2 year old. And you had an
Yes,
argument with somebody who ain't your toddler's father,
yes.
and I'm sure you got a mouth on you.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Ma'am,
I've come a long way.
ma'am,
Can
I'm
I
sure you got
can
a
I say
mouth
that?
on you. Ma'am, you
Mm-hmm.
asked for advice, right?
Yes.
I'm sure you got a mouth on you at 42. Is that accurate or inaccurate?
Um,
I want to say something about her appearance, but I can't think of anything nice to say about this lady. I mean, I honestly can't. So I'm just not going to say anything, and I'm going to let you guys judge on your own on this one.
it might be a bit accurate.
All right, then. So why would you say don't say that?
Because I think it's offensive.
Your mouth is offensive.
And I'm working on that.
I
I'm
don't
not
care if you're working on it. See
agreeing with you.
what I just showed you, ma'am, is a statement of fact that's offensive to you.
hmm
Who
It
are
was
you to
it
be
was
getting? Oh no, no, no. Who are you to be getting an attitude with anybody with a 2 year old? You're lucky that the man is even going to deal with you. And this is what we need to start telling women. Y'all got a lot of goddamn nerve to have an attitude when you 42 with a toddler and you know you got a mouth and you can't get past it. Well, by the time your child is 18, you'll be 60.
hmm
Why aren't you with the child's father?
um
That mouth?
no, no. He would much rather be doing other things.
Okay, let's reel it back in. I don't understand why you ladies get so offended at the truth that you know.
Because I don't want to breathe life to it. That's all.
That is
I
bull.
see what you're saying,
That
and
is
I
bull.
truly I truly
That is
agree with you.
that is bullshit. This is part of the problem with modern women. You won't acknowledge your faults. And you guys have come up with this new age BS. Well, I don't want to breathe life into it. I want to bring light, focus, magnify it so you can see it, so you can understand how it affects somebody else. You guys act like if I don't see it or talk about it, it won't go anywhere. He's dealing just like
For some reason, I'm like getting this urge to just be like, Amen.
with it, just like you deal with his stuff, right?
hmm
But Let's be honest here. Does he have a kid?
He has 2 older children.
How much older?
They are a lot older, actually, 20 and 18.
You are out of your French toast mind, man. This man, even the fact that he's dealing with you and a toddler, you should be on your knees thanking God every day.
And who's to say I'm not?
Because
Who's
you
to say
said you
I'm
got a
not?
problem getting past it. And you got a problem getting past it. Let's get into this. Did he cheat on you? Or what was the nature of the argument? Just the nature. You don't have to get into the specifics.
The nature of the argument. It was more so, hey, he asked me a question about some things that he wanted me to be really transparent about. And
Okay.
when I began to talk about it, I had some reservations and I held back, and he was upset about that.
Was it stuff that he needed to know for his own protection?
I wouldn't say it was to that extent, but I think he felt like I wasn't comfortable enough. And
Okay. So he asked you to be transparent about some stuff that you weren't comfortable necessarily revealing.
Mhm.
And you started talking about it, but you withheld some stuff.
Yes.
And he could sense that you were withholding stuff, or you admitted that you withheld stuff.
He sensed it, and then I admitted it.
All right. And then how did you guys get into an argument?
Because I wouldn't say immediately, but like I said, I sensed that he was upset, and then there was the attitude. Like,
You got an attitude.
And that's, I guess it kind of
hold
like.
on. You got an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked you something to be transparent about something.
Mm-hmm.
You said it wasn't necessarily need to know, but he asked you. Right?
Right.
Now, you ladies often say you want a man who's honest. And if we flip this script and you asked a man to be honest and he came at you with a halfway story and half truth, and then you sense that he's being halfway truthful, which is deceptive, and you feel some kind of way, and if he attacked you with an attitude, what would we call him? What do we call that man?
What do we call him, Kevin?
What would we call him, ma'am?
A liar, someone who's not being trustworthy.
He asked you to be honest with something, and you were deceptive.
I wasn't being deceptive.
You were not being. No, see, this is another thing.
The conversation
Did
kind
you
of
tell?
threw me
Did you
off.
tell? Did you tell what?
The conversation kind of threw me off. That's where, like,
Okay, but
I wasn't
then did you tell
expecting
him?
it.
Okay, and did you tell him I'm not comfortable sharing this? Or did you?
Yes.
Okay, all right, but then hold on. But ma'am, you're in a relationship.
Mhm.
What is such a big thing that you can't talk to the person that you're with about? Like when it comes to somebody that you're going to marry, you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you're going to combine households, finances in some ways. What secrets should be kept from your spouse? You know, me personally, because I don't want secrets kept from me. I don't want any like random skeletons showing up later on down the line. And I certainly wouldn't want things that I forgot, neglected to tell, to come out later, because that just makes you look like a liar. Like she just so didn't want to admit. She did the signature, like, I don't know what to say. It's going to make me sound dumb, so I'm not going to say nothing. Ugh, y'all are so lame. But you're 42. You don't even come off like you know how to have a relationship. It's just weird. It's just weird.
He asked you something. You have the choice to either disclose or not disclose. But a partial disclosure is a partial lie. It's a lie of omission.
Okay.
See how slick and loose you guys play with it when you guys are the ones. That's why I was saying in the beginning, y'all can't even apologize. He asked you something that you weren't comfortable with sharing. So you just shared, and he could sense that you weren't being upfront. And he asked you about it, then you admitted it. And then you got an attitude because he could sense that you were lying. And you have a problem getting over this?
I
A
have a problem
42-year-old
getting over
woman
the
with
way
a
that
2-year-old.
he handled it.
This is why y'all are nuts.
No.
Ma'am, I need you to listen. You are lucky that you have a man. I don't know if y'all really understand this. You got a 2-year-old. Your baby daddy don't want to deal with you.
Don't say that. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna let you do me like that because I know I'm a good person and I know that there's some
Wait a
things that I
French
need to
toast
work
minute,
on.
ma'am.
That's
Don't
why
tell me
I
what.
listen
Don't
to
you do
you,
that. No, no, no,
Kevin.
no, no. Hell
I
no.
get a
Hell
lot of
no. No, don't
advice
talk to me.
from
No, hell no.
you.
Hell no.
Oh, hell no, hell no.
Oh, I'm not your man. I'm not gonna let me do you like what? You're the one that laid up and had a baby with a dude that didn't want to be with you. Don't get mad at me because I acknowledge it. Your old ass. I mean, seriously, y'all, and you want, and I'm mirroring back what you give, ma'am. You're not gonna let me do what? Acknowledge the fact that you had a baby at 40 with a guy who didn't want to marry you. Then why'd you have his baby?
Because I wanted to.
Right, but does he want to be with you?
That's neither here nor there
No,
now
ma'am,
because
you
she's
said you're not
here
going
and
to
she's
let me do
mine.
anything. You said you're not going to let me do something. Does your child's father want to be with you?
And I don't want to be with him.
That's not what
It's
I asked.
mutual.
That's not what I
It's
asked.
mutual.
See, that's my point. See, people, this is modern women. And this is the woman who's involved with somebody who she lied to, and he sensed that she was lying, and she got an attitude. This all started when I said she had a mouth on her. And remember, this is a 42-year-old woman with a
You
2-year-old.
using the word lie, and that's
Lie,
not what
lie,
it
lie,
was.
liar, deception, intent to deceive,
That's
defraud.
not what it
That's what you did when you don't tell the whole truth. You should have just said, I want to talk about it. And look at this. This smug ass, like, now remember, she mad at him. She can't get past it. Bro, if you see this, let her be with her baby. You don't need this. You don't need a woman who thinks she's doing you a favor by giving you half a truth. When y'all always talk about y'all want a man to be honest, but she don't want to breathe life into it. I don't want to breathe life into it. Why am I being so direct? Because these are the women that the younger women look at. And why do you think we're jacked up? These women are my contemporaries. And ma'am, you asked. And I'm just sitting here wondering why you can't even admit what you said. As if it's going to.
Yo, why is she still there? Like, at any point, ma'am, you can hang up. He's completely hoed you at this point, and you're still standing, or still sitting there, looking mad creepy.
Change anything. You're just talking to yourself. You're going to
I
say,
told
hold
him
on,
that I
man.
did not want to talk about it at the
Okay, man,
time.
but I'm going to go back to the point of you not going to let me do something. I
Right,
said,
because
I
Kevin,
said,
you're putting words in
oh,
my
you're not
mouth
going to
and
overtalk
you're
me.
trying to
I will,
change up
I
everything.
will
And
end up
I was
having my
just,
own damn. This is why you can't make you can't make this up. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right, defiant. This is somebody's mama. She ain't.
Why did he have to put that sound in? Like, we done made it this far, and now you want to talk about how fat she is with that sound? Because we all know what that sound means.
Make this up.
Woo!
Shame, insults, learned shit at 42. Chronologically, 42. Still bopping around here like a 20-something-year-old. Who has a child out of wedlock with a man who don't want to marry you? And I don't want to marry him either. And I'm going to stand on what I said. You're lucky that somebody's even willing to deal with you. Look at her ass. She just talking. You just talking to us? Anyway. Anybody listening to you? Okay, anybody hear you? You've been muted. You were muted a long time ago. Now I want you to understand, where did I start this monologue off saying? Modern ladies, men are tired. Whether you like my tone, dislike my tone, this is what men are dealing with. This is when you say, why are you dating younger women? These are women that are my age cohort. This is what you want us to deal with? Lying baby mamas with attitudes? Should I go there? I mean, it'd be different if you was a dress size 4. Maybe. Maybe.
All right, I'm done. That was a lot. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think.